Hey there, brothers and sisters. Good evening. Just polishing up my camera here. There's a bit of mist or the light. Well, it's still the 5th of June 2025, Thursday, and the time is 9:53 p.m. at night. I've just composed 6 songs from Bat Out of Hell, really fired up, to a beautiful Christmas song, Dreaming of a White Christmas, and did it my way composition. It's quite beautiful, and I will attach the link. But it made me think back when I used to have White Christmas in America, all those places in the Rocky Mountain areas and so forth. Just beautiful. And just how much I love Christmas and Easter. Welcome to my channel, anybody comes online. So I broke my fast. So I didn't have any diabetic attack, but probably got a bit carried away today with coffee and a smoke, but it got me through the fast. But I'll give it a go again, start again tomorrow and see how long I can go without. But it did fire me up. I'm more of a person, I rather like to get stimulated than oppressed or suppressed or depressed. I like uppers, not downers, but not alcohol, not any mind-altering drug that way. Just, But anyway, besides the point, my heart is in the right place, and I'm here. I am preaching once again today. I made about a 4-hour video today anyway. I got about just under 1,000 views, so that was pretty good. Thank you, Crystal, for your wonderful support today, interaction, and asking those very difficult, interesting questions, which I did come up with an answer, and it helped you. You said thank you. It helps me with bright, intelligent people like you come online. All things bright and beautiful, da 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 da. So let's be positive. I get a bit batshit crazy and hyped and all that, but come on. Who doesn't like Christmas except for the Joe Witnesses that don't celebrate Christmas or birthdays? How ridiculous is that? I don't care if it's pagan or not. I still feel the Holy Spirit. Even the beggars on the street or drunk will feel the Spirit. And they think it's worldly. Man, that one united in consciousness, because this is all about Jesus, isn't it? I experienced Christmas at the Melbourne Music Bowl. Mate, you're sitting on the grass and you amphitheatre under the stars and famous people coming on doing all these Christmas thing, oh mate, I tell you, and the kids are waving candles and everything, or the whole friggin' audiences. I experienced all of that. Yeah. Now that's how it should feel all the time, all year round, not just once a year, give kids presents and things, but but anyway, I'm going to attach the Christmas link that I performed and composed arrangement around the song, and Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, great for kids to listen to, and I did it my way. Anyway, 3 people online. I'm not sure how long this video will be. I'm just finishing up the evening. I've been listening to some nice music and just chilling out, but I just wanted to be more positive and just express that Christmas spirit. It's still a way off. We have a Christmas in July here. It's a sort of a second or pre-Christmas, but that's just sort of added thing. We just celebrated so-called Queen's birthday, but though she's passed on, now it's King Charles, but not really the day of the birthday. They changed Australia Day to the 27th because the 26th was the racist day. They pretty much slaughtered the native Aboriginals and took over their land so that they protested and they won the battle. So anyway, what can I say? I'm Dreaming of a white Christmas. La da 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 da. Yeah, so it is beautiful, and I did compose around that song, and it's going to be attached to the link. It was just uploading. So I hope you're uplifted by it, okay? Get into the Christmas spirit of love and giving and so forth. Thank you for listening. Well, 7 people online, I may continue. Inspire me, give me a comment, ask me a question. So I'm not always hyped up, I am trying to surrender to be a peaceful follower of Jesus Christ. But I'm a friggin' daredevil, and I put myself in positions where there's rebuke and demonic influences and possession, and been through all of that, and I know how it works, man. Survived all that, but now I'm at peace. I just want to share the peace, okay? It's not everybody's cup of tea to go through that sort of thing, but we should be ready for it just in case. But anyway, so you can't just sit on your cushion at church and do nothing. You got to be aware what being a Christian's all about. The poor guy preaching Jesus on the Sydney Harbour Opera House land and bridge or whatever got removed. He makes these videos. They just remove him, man. And some of these people are Christian. They say you can't preach like that, man. It's all right to go to church and be a goody-goody, but no, you not to preach on the streets like that. You've got a big sign, Jesus loves you and salvation, and he's not even preaching fire and hell. He's just a really nice guy, YouTube. The laws, But anyway, Jesus broke some laws. He broke his own friggin' law and healed on the Sabbath. He was accused for that by the Pharisees. All right, I'm just slowing down a bit to try and feel my way through this one. Hopefully more in the spirit, because there are feelings in the spirit, but fallen condition, batshit, bloody crazy, wickedly deceptive heart. Hey, someone's come online. Harry Bolden. He just crapped himself. Okay, that's funny. I am Irish. I can take a joke. So far, so good. Just don't call me a fake, because I'm not. I'm so friggin' transparent. It's not funny. I don't put on any fake act or glossy shiny. So what you see is what you get. I'm down here in Aussie land, Perth, Western Australia, the arsehole end of the world, but now the family capital. Great place to bring up the family and kids. Beautiful place. The best beaches in the world, practically. Beautiful city, like a mix of a Vancouver, San Diego, and Orlando, all mixed in one. It's sort of like that. A river running 3 hours from the city to the furthest part of the city called Freemantel, where we had the America's Cup and won it. And that place was alive then. And the guy that sponsored it, a billionaire, his name was Alan Bond. Great guy, very sociable, did a lot for charity, but his wife killed herself. She wasn't happy with all that money, and he went and brought a painting worth $3 million, some schizophrenic 3-headed thing. Wasted all that money on a painting. For goodness sake, what's wrong with you billionaires or millionaires? Go up and buy paintings and ornaments and things that can get broken and scratched. And come on, give it to the poor. But anyway, Alan Bond, he did give for the Freemantel's Cup, and he really promoted the place called Freemantel, which is a convict settlement. And I've been to the Freemantel jail, and where they used to hold the convict prisoners, and they've got a big sailing ship all wrecked with a skeleton in it and everything, real pirate type of thing. Anyway, that's a bit of history. Yeah. So any more comments? Barry Bolden, how are you going at the moment, mate? Take a diarrhea tablet. Or are you just joking? It's okay. Just a few weeks ago, I've come out of COVID, man. I still got a croaky voice over it. 3 times I figured I had it. Bedridden. But anyway, things that we go through this day and age. Yeah. There's so many people out there that's suffering and sick, and they need a miracle, mate. All right. They can't even get to church. They're not well enough, not even mentally stable. See, who cares about them? Put on the glitz, go to church. Don't go there unstable and mentally sick, get thrown out or something. That's a hypocrisy, isn't it? Hospital for sinners, not a museum for saints. You know what I mean? Go after the one lost sheep, leave the 99. You know it. You get it. Anyway, if there's any atheists come on board, it's okay. I respect your views. I've brought up for decades with atheists, and my father was one and everything. Got bashed around a bit, rebuked me. My angel, well, basically didn't believe in it. They just try to get rid of it. It's the thought of it, my supernatural experiences, but it didn't leave, mate. And all those people, atheists, are pretty much dead, fast and furious, and prison, and you name it, murder, suicide. So I come out the winner in the end, okay? But I had everything stripped from me like Job. I lost everything. And I do believe that I'm not a prophet's arsehole. I don't claim to be a saint, nothing, but I'll tell you one thing. If you're a true prophet, if there is a true prophet, man, there should be poor, a remnant. The chosen are persecuted. They're not comfortable. They're not driving around in friggin' Ferraris or Rolls Royces and shiny white suits with lots of rings and everything. Even Benny Hinn, his own son, said he was a fake. Demanding tithing and get rich, preaching a beautiful message of the good news of grace. It's disgusting, isn't it? Flying around $100 million jets like Kenneth Copelan. Kicking $100 bills around like Shefflo Dollar. They call him Pastor Dollar. Telling people to get rich by paying 10 times more friggin' tithing. Has a $26,000 toilet. He's like, come on. Jesus Christ asked for a gold coin once. He could manifest it. It's not about money or tithing, though it's okay to pay if you want with a cheerful heart. But give it to the friggin' homeless and see what happens. If you're in the Mormon church, you'd be kicked out of your calling for that. You've got to give it to the church, not $1 less, Anyway, I want to be positive a bit. I've been really getting upset over religion lately. I'm not an atheist, but shit, sometimes I feel I get pretty close to being an atheist, but I'm not. I've had an angel encounter, mate, and I'm not going to deny it for anyone. So share your love, light, and truth, whatever it may be. Even an atheist can have humanitarian compassion. And I've got a mate, spent 20 years in India. He sold his house and he lived off the money for 20 years, lived bloody tight as a Jew, but he did help the poor. He raised money, donations for the school, built schools and water wells and everything, education. Then he runs out of money 20 years later, comes back to this batshit country of structured rules. He's lost. He's got no family. He's got no wife, children, never did. He looks like Jesus, a mini version. He's older than me, and yet he looks kind of younger because he's a vegetarian. He's very healthy. He fell off a mountain. He was an atheist, and he got healed by the Buddhists in a village, and he became a Buddhist. All right? So there are people who are kind of atheists. Buddhists are sort of, well, they're sort of spiritual, but they don't really believe in God, but they do believe in reincarnation. And if you kill a cockroach, you come back as a disabled one. I don't believe in all that. I believe that we're human, and if we come back or something, because we get bored in heaven or something, we'll come back as human. In that sense, yeah, that's just how I see it. We're so busy, we'll be doing things in heaven or time travel or something, whatever. It's just my thought on it. 5 people online. Yeah, so, I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. It's been a while. Oh, how long has it been since I had a white Christmas, mate? We have a hot Christmas here. It's hot as hell. So let's be kind to one another and just think about it. Every year gets more and more dangerous, closer to the end, the Antichrist and the rule, and everything's going to be stripped from us before long. Satellite cut off, everything. The big meteorite called Wormwood coming to the earth, it's prophecy. There'll be no church, no prophet, no nothing. You'll be running to the hills. Avoid losing your head. Once you're captured, you've got a choice. Either deny Christ and live, get the mark of the beast to buy food and everything, or you deny and you get chopped on the guillotine. And don't think I'm a smart ass about it, but I'm really into this sort of thing. And I've seen the guillotines with the symbolism on it that represents the end. I don't want to give too much away here. And they're in junkyards all over the world waiting for that Antichrist to slaughter people. All right. So you atheists out there, no problem at all. Just take the mark and then you won't have any hope then. But in the meantime, you do have hope. And there'll be all this supernatural thing happening and bloody 7 foot, 10 foot bloody bat shit scorpion demons fly around. You won't be able to deny it. You'll hide behind rocks. Richard Dawkins will just shit himself if he won't be alive. And you still take the mark after that. You see all that, the 2 witnesses breathing fire and protecting the Christians for a time. And when this batshit bloody scorpion demon starts stinging you, you will not be able to die. You're cursed not to die, forcing you to take the mark. You better be strong. I would rather be Christian than atheist, but yeah. But like I said, most of my atheist friends are dead. I was preserved to preach this message without being a fake, without being rich, without being glossy and shiny. And some of these videos, if they don't get banned or it's going to be so important to help a lot of people. Glory to God, not me. All right, 5 people online. At least Barry had the guts to say hello, even though he cracked a joke. Barry Boyden, thank you. All right, well, make it 20-minute video then. I think I'll call it a night. So I am dreaming of a white Christmas, and I will attach the link so you can listen to some beautiful music that I do perform and be touched, because most people, even atheist friends, would say, Daryl, your gift is music. And they weep and cry and everything. They've got feelings, mate. Even an atheist has feelings. My dad would have to get drunk before he showed feelings and said, I love you, kids. But he never said it when he was sober. Silly bugger. But yeah, my music is my gift. And I compose almost every day instantly. Not even practice anymore. But this one's a couple songs. Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star for the boys and girls. And Dreaming of a White Christmas, but my arrangement, composition, variation. Dramatize it, sweeten it up, whatever. Okay, so have a listen to that. Thank you for listening. 2 people online. I think I'll leave. Okay, it's 18 minutes. 2 more minutes, all right? Last chance to leave a comment or I'm out of here. I've had some pretty late nights, up all night sometimes, and 8.5 hour video I made a couple of days ago. I got about 200 views, but then I made a video today and I got 1,000 views, and one going back got 20,000 views. So, but it's the comments and the interaction is what I love the most. Okay, thank you. 6 people online, that's cool. Now, I know not everybody can leave comments because they're not subscribers or something. I don't know, you have to be a member of YouTube. I don't know how it works, but anyway, please be a brave heart. Don't hide your light behind a bushel if you've got any light. If you've got any light. I've had some dark people come on my channel, but their heart is seeking. They're fed up with the friggin' dark and the vampires biting them, but they still seem to, like a dog turned to its vomit, they don't seem to be able to get out of the shit, the crap. But they know that they're trapped, and they admit it, and that's what I like. They admit it. All right, so but there's those who won't admit it. And what is being a humble person or somebody who's not with pride, not the wishy-washy conservative Christians who do absolutely nothing, that's arrogant and pride right there. They don't stop to help a wounded man or give a $5 donation to some beggar on the street begging for food. It's the bold and the brave who do not demand tithing, by the way, in their leaderships or church. I mean, these are they, the warriors, the bondservants of the Lord, It's not pride. Just because they preach loud, even Billy Graham preached loud, and I know the Mormons would say, oh no, they don't have the Spirit, or they're preaching loud. Straight away, the Mormons have turned their back. It's got to be smooth and sweet and loving. 99 truths to get across one lie. Jesus is not God. He's the brother of Lucifer. Their own book says he's God. All sweet and honey. Fake it to make it, they said. Just get up there and bear a testimony regardless. Take the abuse, even if the accusation against you is not true. Broke my marriage. That's nonsense. And all those who have a good, happy run. I met an old lady at church when I went there, and oh, my children, my grandchildren, everybody's pissed off. Left the church. She didn't say piss off, but I don't understand why it's the true church. Why would they do that? I know why they do that. Because no one can live the impossible gospel of 613 Jewish laws, especially without grace. And Jesus Christ never added those laws that's in the Torah. Only the 10 commandments: love God, love thy neighbor, love thyself. Why call me Lord if you're not a doer of my word? And thou shalt not kill, not even an animal for sport, only for survival, and pray over the dead meat. Okay? That's the gospel of love. Care about one another. You don't have to invite them to your house. You can love them, but you don't have to like them. They don't love you, they hate you, whatever. Forgive your enemy, you'll be surprised, I'll leave you alone. I've had terrorists and gunslingers and bloody thugs and mafia and everything. It's taken me all these years. I finally got free of it to some extent. Though 10% will still kill you. You don't mess with them. All right, so I learnt my lesson. I've been squashed like an insect. But it's the church that's supposed to be protection and supporting and hurt me the most, but I'll get over it. I mean, I've forgiven. It's just I share this to let people, warn people, because Jesus Christ was the most anti-religious person that ever walked this face of this earth. He spent more time with the common sinner on the street than the stuck-up, prideful Pharisees, self-righteous, who killed him. And they were righteous, and Jesus didn't come so much for righteousness. He came and he said, be perfect, be made whole and perfect by giving up your righteousness and enter into his righteousness, made whole and perfect. Love God, love your neighbor. Not just stinking filthy rags of righteousness and putting on a crown and glory for yourself. Take the freaking crown off. Yes, Mormons, take the crown off. Oh no, that's, you don't want to lower your pride to do that. And you grace Christians, you stop demanding tithing too and getting rich, writing all those stupid books and how much manifest money you can make as being a Christian. If you're a friggin' well true prophet of the Lord or whatever, don't preach money. Yes, you can, money's not evil, the lover of money is. You can attract it but for the right reasons, but don't demand tithing. So yes, from one extreme to the other. Anyway, I'm a heretic. So friggin' what? But I do love Jesus, and I choose the right Jesus, the one that rebukes. Jesus is God. He resurrected himself after 3 days, said he was the temple. Well, he said it wasn't a building. The Jews didn't understand. And he said, before Abraham, I am. And when Thomas fell to his knees and felt the wounds, he said, oh Lord, my God. Jesus didn't turn around and say, I'm not. Yeah, so you can say whatever you want to rebuke those friggin' demons, and I witnessed it. Jesus is God. You water down the divinity of Christ, mate. You're going out under the spell. If you're a believer and you get caught up in a situation like I did, you need to know Jesus is God. Right? Son of God too, but whatever. Yeah. Anyway, that's my testimony. And I'm not going to deny it. All right? I don't know about any other God. And as long as you accept Jesus Christ as Savior, but be a doer of his word, love God, love your neighbor. It is a works, but it's not vain. Activated grace or not, but you should. You should. Grace before works. So you're saved, man. You're saved. And there are people in other churches that have a lot of love and charity. They really love Jesus. And you don't have to be moralistic or that perfect in that way. You just, how can I put it? You just keep the 10 Commandments, mainly love God, love your neighbour, don't kill. And stop and help a wounded man if you can. Don't walk past to go to the friggin' Mormon temple or mosque or a bloody synagogue or whatever. It's not that Jesus was against the law of the priesthood, because he is the law, but they were hypocrites. Remember, the Good Samaritan stopped to help. That parable, greater example. And he wasn't even a Christian. All right, so there you go. I've had enough. I'm going to sleep. Thank you for listening. 7 people online. I'm sorry I have to go. Had a long day. And I'm sending love to you all. And listen to my beautiful Christmas song. And the kids will enjoy Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, all in one. And keep an eye on the Piano Man Kirky channel. I've got a couple of thousand on that channel too. And I compose almost every day. So truly that's my gift. When I do it live, I get more views than that, but it doesn't come out as good as when I pre-record. It comes out better. But anyway, doesn't matter. All right, you never know. Some of the compositions really take off and others don't. All right. Okay, thank you. Love you all. Sending the what's good vibrations and resonating with the cosmic universe of love, truth, or Jesus is the way, life, and truth. And I bear my testimony that I know Jesus is the Christ. And I know the Melchizedek priesthood of ancient time, which had nothing to do with Levitical law priesthood, the watered down version that can't even cast a demon out of a fly's asshole. I believe in the ancient Melchizedek priesthood, and I believe in the grace, and I believe in combination. The alchemy and the power of a Hebrew is the type of power that will raise the dead or heal limbs, and the real miracles yet to happen, as Jesus said, we'll do more than him. And if the Mormons activate their so-called Melchizedek priesthood in modern day with all that type of power, I might get interested. Really get interested, but they can't cast a demon out because I was witnessing it. They call them ambulance, have a person committed to a mental hospital. I witnessed it, and that poor person almost committed suicide and left the church. Man, I aren't going to be wishy-washy anymore. I used to be. I'm standing up and be counted as a brave heart, a warrior of the Most High God, and so should everybody who claims to be Christian. Love God, love your neighbor, and not cherry pick like the Baptists do. Oh, yeah, you go to a Mormon church, Catholic church, Protestant church, you're going to burn in hell. No, not necessarily. You're still alive. You've got a chance. You can still be born again. And some of these churches have got more higher standard than you friggin' Baptist gunslingers. When I was on my mission, they threatened me. Just joking, but seriously hated Mormons. Yeah? Don't go around trying to bring churches down like that. I'm only warning people that all religions have their flaws. Some claim to be perfect, and the members are not. But look, it's a pyramid selling scheme. Just Jesus, personal relationship, gets saved that way, but not the lip service or the sinner's prayer, or water baptism or tithing, because the thief on the cross didn't do any of that. He was saved. So Jesus was really saying, love me, love your neighbor, and put it into some action, for goodness sake. Faith without works is dead. It's still a works, but yes, better, grace activated first. So does faith alone save? Well, see, if you really got the faith, you will do the works too. So don't give me that bullshit. Faith alone saves. You go and do something. You show the love. You be something first, and then you do something. Get out of your head into your heart. The word is written upon your heart. It's beyond a piece of paper. It's beyond every word of the Bible. Get away from all that murderous blood, intent, whatever was going on in the Old Testament. This is the modern day. No excuse. Love God, love your neighbor. Pull your finger out and actually show some love. And don't kick people out of churches because they've got some mental illness or sickness. As long as they're not flashing a weapon around, things like that, welcome them and don't kick them out over a smoke, drink, or a fart, or masturbation or anything. This is what churches do, Baptist would, tell you, not all, but, Mormon church too could, you won't get a calling. You can't even take the sacrament by law, but at least so you could say Baptist Grace Church, sort of Church of Christ. Yeah, I've been there. I thought, I'm not going to take the sacrament. I had one smoke too many. But then the music just softened my heart, and I was weeping, and I felt worthy. I took a seat. In the Mormon church, you're not allowed to take the sacrament if you drink a coffee. Oh, you could feel worthy and crying and repentant, but oh no, you better give it a few weeks. You better give it it's not an instant thing. Forgiveness is not instant under Pharisee religion. It's not instant. It should be. You might have to go to your bishop and get a forgiveness. Yeah, right. In the Catholic Church, you used to pay to get your sins forgiven. Even the mafia would go there and get forgiven for their friggin' hitman murders. Don't be fooled. Anyway, I'm going. Love you. 30 minutes, perfect. I'm going to leave. This is Daryl Kirky signing out. Another message for the day. And so, good night and God bless.